Hello YouTube, this is a Sopsy 5. It's a beautiful day outside, so I decided to come out and film a review. Now the lighting isn't perfect, but I hope you still enjoy this review and find it educational. This is a review for the Pokal 22 All. And just to get the stats out of the way, I'm gonna just list off some features or specifications of this raizle. The length is 3.34 inches long, and it weighs 2.6 ounces. It has a gunmetal finish, and it's described online to have a very mild shaving experience, and it's supposed to be very forgiving. Also, what drew me to this particular raizle is that it cost $26.95. But that's not the only reason I was drawn to this raizle. Now, before I get on that, I want to tell you, I got interested in these types of raizles when someone commented on my Rose raizle video, shaving video, when I mentioned that my favorite raizle was a Schick Hydro. And this thing has served me well for many years. I eventually stopped shaving and started using clippers, and I kept kind of a beard, a very thin beard. But I just got where I wasn't shaving anymore. And in this video, in this comment, someone said, "Wow, I can't believe you shave with that. I can't believe you do this." And he strongly urged me to get into safety raizle shaving. And you can find safety raizles. You can find them as cheap as you want to buy them, and you can find them as expensive as you want to buy them. They range anywhere from $2 for a cheap Amazon one to over $300. But I decided when I was going to buy this that I wanted one feature besides it being a mild shave. I wanted it to be a turn to open raizle, which means you turn this part of the handle to open it. Some raizles have a turning knob at the bottom. This one's at the top, and you turn to open it, and then you could remove or replace the raizle as needed. But I wanted a butterfly opening raizle because I didn't want to disassemble my raizle every time I wanted to put a raizle in and out. I wanted something that was very idiot proof, something that would reduce my risk of cutting myself or disassembling the raizle wrong or whatever. I wanted an idiot proof raizle, and I'm pretty sure this with this raizle is what I got. Now, in my first video, on my first shaving video with this raizle, it was actually my second time ever to shave with a safety raizle of this type. And you notice that I cut my lip. I had an existing cut on my chin where I shaved with this raizle for the first time, and I had nicks all under my jawline. And a lot of people saw that and they got scared, and they were like, you know what, this doesn't look like it's for me. I don't like this. I'm here to tell you that's because of my experience level with the raizle. I was putting too much pressure on the raizle blade onto my skin. And the only cut the only two cuts I ever felt when I was shaving was the one on my lip and the one on my chin. The other cuts, I had I probably had 5 to 8 cuts under my jawline. I never felt those. It's just I was shaving, and then I looked at the mirror and there was blood, but I didn't feel it. I'm also here to tell you that the first time I ever shaved with this raizle, I had a pretty substantial beard growth, and I wasn't convinced that it was taking hair off of my face, because I felt very little friction on my face, and I was like, what's the deal? Am I just removing shaving cream? What am I doing wrong? And then I looked at my raizle, and there was hair sticking out of it. And I was like, well, I must be doing something right. And it was amazing to me how much smoother and how much friction there was with this raizle compared to my Schick. Now, y'all in Europe, or all of y'all in Europe, you're probably familiar with this raizle, but it's not called a Schick Hydro, it's called a Wilkinson Sword Hydro, because it's the same company, they're just branded differently in different continents. But this was my raizle of choice for a long time, but even this one, when I shaved with it, I felt a little bit of friction on my face. But you're probably thinking to yourself, why cross over from this raizle to this raizle? Now obviously this raizle is pretty expensive. The startup cost for wet shaving, as it's known, is pretty expensive. A good raizle is going to cost you around $25, give or take. You can find them cheaper, but they're going to be around $25 and up. You can spend as much as you want to on them. I can't remember how much this raizle cost, but it wasn't that expensive. And then you have to buy a shaving brush, which I really enjoy. I got a pretty cheap one. And then you have to buy a shaving stand so everything dries out correctly. And then you got to buy, I didn't have to, but you got to buy a decent shaving cream, which I guess you don't have to buy a decent shaving cream. You can use Barbasol, but I wanted to use a decent shaving cream, and I had some from the store I got that was made by Paseo. I can't remember how it's pronounced, but I got some from Bath and Body Works. That's a very good shaving cream. And yeah, other thing you're gonna need is DE or double-edged raizles, which I'm going to show you what those look like right here. I don't store my raizle with the blade in it, but I just put it in here for convenience sake. There's the double-edged raizle, and that's where the advantage lies with this raizle against the multi-bladed cartridge raizles. Yes, this one is a lot easier to use without cutting yourself, but from an economical standpoint, even though this one's cheap starting off with, the replacement raizle blades at Walmart is $19.65. So pretty much 20 bucks. You get a few of these cartridges. Probably anywhere from like 5 to 8 of them. I can't remember. I think it's 8 cartridges. And you get 5 of these multi-bladed raizles for 20 bucks. I'm going to show you this from the website I shop at. And the prices of double-edged raizles fluctuate, or they run the gamut of you know, a couple of bucks to depending on how much you buy at a time, to $10 or $12. You can buy them in 5 packs, 10 packs, and bulk like 100 packs. And look how much this cost. $3.50 for 5 of them. And you can reuse these blades. You can reuse them until they get dull, just like these cartridge raizles. But it's $3.50 for a 5-pack, and this shaves just as close, if not closer, than the cartridge raizle, and you're only using one blade, and it's friction free. I don't feel any friction whatsoever. Now that I started shaving with this kind of raizle, I don't think I can go back to the cartridge raizle. Not that my experience with this one was so bad, but I just found something better. And my cat's trying to jump in my lap and move the tripod around, and this is my second time filming this video because he jumped on my area. But before I film this review, I wanted to shave. By the way, this one's made in India. I wanted to shave with a what I deemed a high quality American made raizle, and as far as I know, today no American company makes a raizle. There's some German ones, there's some Japanese ones, I think there's some Chinese ones, but America is pretty much out of the safety raizle business. So you can choose to do this. Instead of buying a brand new one, you can buy an antique. This is a 1949 Gillette Super Speed, and I have to say these are these are very comparable raizles as far as the aggressiveness of those shaves concerned. They shave with pretty much the same amount of blade exposure, and this one has a kind of a I don't know, I don't want to say nickel, but it has a fairly decent finish on it, and it's a turn to open, and it's made in 1949, so this thing is 65 years old, and I prefer this one over my brand new one from Porkle. And there's really only one reason for it besides nostalgia, because nostalgia for me is always an option. But this one has the knob at the bottom of the handle instead of at the top. Now, this only happened to me like a couple times while I was shaving, but I think it was because of my technique. I was grabbing the raizle too hard, but when I grab it, I turned the handle and it would loosen up on me as I was shaving. So every now and then I would have to retighten it and then continue shaving. This one, there's no chance of you accidentally loosening up the doors on this one because the knob is at the bottom. And I just found this one to be a little bit easier to shave with that in that respect. I have recently shaved with the Porkle again, and I didn't have that issue. So I'm thinking it was just technique. But if you want, you can go to antique shops. You can go online and buy an antique raizle, and they just don't break down. I mean, if someone mistreats it and bends it, I mean, of course it's not going to work anymore. But for the most part, they're in good shape, and they are very simple, and they're easy to get. I kind of overpaid for my Gillette, but you can find them cheaper online. But if you, let's just say you find an old razor that looks kind of nasty, it needs to be cleaned, polished up and stuff, you can send them to places online, and they'll refurbish them, so to speak. They'll polish them up, they'll clean them, they'll replate them if you want them to be gold plated, nickel plated, radium plated, not radium, but silver plated. You can get those services out there just like that. But I am completely convinced that this is the way to go, because it's so smooth. To me, it works better than the multi-bladed raizles. You might have to make a couple more passes, but that's not too difficult, and it's just so much smoother. It's hard for me to describe. It's enjoyable. It's like I can't wait until my beard grows back so I can shave it off again. I guess that's it. That's the review. I'm going to try not to ramble too much. Like I said, this one cost $26. I actually have a small safety raizle collection right now because after I got this raizle, my dad gave me my grandfather's old raizle, and then I went out to antique shops and I bought a couple of raizles. So I have a decent collection now, and it's just a good way to shave. I might try straight raizle shaving again. I tried it once and it was a horrible experience. I didn't have a strop. We stropped it on newspaper, and I don't know if it was my technique or stropping it on newspaper or what. It just was not a good experience. But this is very pleasant, and as of right now, I'm shaving with 0 nicks. And the nicks that I did get at the beginning, I didn't even feel. But right now, I'm shaving with 0 nicks and very comfortably. I guess that's it. I'm a Satsu 5. I hope y'all have a great day, and I'm out.